Chapter 10 Tilted Uranian Uranus Amazement. After Gaia explained to Zeus about Hermes' and Helios' direction and estimated speed they were traveling after bouncing off Titan, Zeus had to estimate abstractly due to his UPS fading out suddenly. Solving all of these arithmetic problems in his head, this born leader came up with the solution to their approximate locale. Knowing that when an object is projected into space, Zeus knew that it usually maintains its current speed and direction. So now, with all these equations deciphered, this mathematician determined that most likely Hermes and Helios were headed towards Pluto. Getting packed up in a hurry, they all left together as a group to find their lost companions. Taking one step at a time, Zeus thought it would be best if they flew to Uranus and land on its largest moon, Titania, to visually observe Pluto's location.
Okay, let's all slow down. This is a very dangerous area,
Zeus cautioned as they approached the outer section of Uranus's 13 rings. Wow, this planet is so fascinating, Selene gasped as she was amazed by its gleaming light bluish-green color of this seventh planet from the sun.
Please pay attention to where you are flying. You may hit something,
Uranus predicted as Selene kept staring while heading towards the E-ring. Reflecting 2/3 of all these rings' total light, this outermost one of its 9 major rings was in their flight path's trajectory.
Watch out, Selene! Look where you are going!
Uranus warned frantically as she desperately swerved to avoid hitting the moon, Cordelia, which is located right on the E-ring.
Whoa, I am out of control! Please, help me, someone!
Selene begged as she flew above the E-ring counterclockwise while swerving right, just missing the other moon, Ophelia, which is located on that ring's other side.
She flew out of control here. Everyone follow me so we can find her,
Zeus ordered as everybody else followed him.
Incoming! Watch out, everybody!
Gaia yelled, then all veered in different directions to avoid hitting this sought-after moon. Wow, I turned out of its way just in time, Aphrodite exclaimed as she was the last to avoid this 980-mile-wide Uranus's only retrograde orbiting satellite, preventing a Titania collision.
Selene executed a hard right at about 15 degrees,
Poseidon determined. Maybe if I pedal faster, I could pull her to a stop, Cronus explained as they all tried their best to help Selene. Successfully dodging its outer major moons, Oberon, Titania, Umbriel, and Ariel, they flew towards the innermost major moon named Miranda. Being the first one to enter its atmosphere, Selene had to make an emergency landing.
I'll try to cut her off safely,
Ares yelled to all.
Too late. I just saw Selene land hard over there, near that bright V feature,
Ares told all before they flew past, landing close by on this 300-mile-wide smallest major satellite. We must all now devise a rescue plan with precision, Hades suggested. Riding on its very rough and coarse terrain, they all had to travel very slowly, especially to avoid falling into its fractured, shadowy canyons, which are up to 12 miles deep. Picking up the pace, they all recklessly yet unintentionally cut each other off, wanting to individually take credit for Selene's rescue. Finally reaching this V-shaped chevron, they all expressed confusion while visually scanning this 2,000-foot-wide landmark for any signs of their victim. Although arriving here in last place, Uranus knew he could still prevail by staying vigilant. Trying to drop his cowardice, this dedicated one used all his astrophysical knowledge to detect any scientific proof of Selene's presence. So staring at the V for a while, this amateur detective started getting chills. Slowly scrolling down the indent with his eyes, he followed where the letter was pointing to. Looking about 20 degrees west, this suspicious one got an eerie feeling. With his heart beating very fast, He then proceeded to the Alonso crater very rapidly, in a mesmerized state of mind. Baffled by Uranos' odd behavior, all the others secretly followed this suspicious one out afar. After quietly trailing this spied-upon one for about 50 miles, these pursuers became less skeptic, then congregated around him at the 15-mile-wide hole. With Uranos shockingly pointing at Celine's scooter, premonition came true, traumatizing everyone.
Okay, everyone, let's all rescue Celine.
Uranos officiated as he informally took charge. Let's grab some rope and look down this crater, Aphrodite added as they prepared for their task.
There she is!
Cronus pointed out and yelled after hearing this martyr's cry for help.
Everyone follow me!
Uranos demanded as they ran behind him a quarter mile to the rescue site.
Everyone hold on to the rope!
Uranos instructed as he tied it around his waist, then lowered himself down to save her.
Hurry up, Uranos! The rope is breaking!
Zeus warned loudly as its sharp rocks were cutting through this swaying rope.
Grab onto me, Celine!
Uranos belted out as everyone else continued gripping the weakening cord with all their strength. I got you now! Celine expressed after jumping off her ledge, then grabbing tightly onto her savior for dear life.
I'll get us out of here in a second.
Her hero promised this helpless one as they still pivoted like a clock's pendulum. Hurry, please, it's about to snap! Gia blared as the sharp-ridged stones continued splicing through the line's final few strands very rapidly. Come on, you can do it! Aphrodite cheered them both on.
Uranos, perhaps if you both swayed your bodies side to side more vigorously, it shall pick up the momentum,
Poseidon theorized. So, with only seconds left, this brave one gave one last swing. Just as the rope snapped, these two near fatalities flung up. Landing on its surface with minimal small cuts and bruises, they were both lucky to have survived. Spending a small amount of time to recover, they were ready to depart for Titania, which was their original designation. Once there, they all settled.